Good morning guys, how are you all? How has your week been? Let me know in the comments down below. Tell me something great that's happened to you this week. I would love to hear it. In this video I'm going to be chatting to you about what's in my makeup bag, because before I had Rudy, so I'd say like a month before having Rudy, my makeup desk broke and I was like, now is not the time to be getting another makeup desk because we're going to need space in our bedroom for a cot. So let's just get rid of this broken makeup desk and I'm going to put all my makeup in storage under the bed, and I'm just going to put together one makeup bag that has everything I'm going to need for the next like 4 months. So a month leading up to the birth and then let's say 3 months after having him. And I was like, those are going to be the only products that I'm going to use. So that's what I did. And in this video, I'm going to be showing you the products that I've been using over the past 4 months and the products that I'm switching them out for, because now it's time to put those products to the side and try something new. And I've been buying some new makeup. I'm really excited to try it. So I've been switching things out. So for example, this is the bronzer I've been using for 4 months. This is the bronzer that I've just purchased and I'm gonna do a little switcheroo. This is my like everyday makeup look. So if you're into this kind of makeup, keep watching this video. I'll talk you through the products briefly, what I think of them, how they work. And I could literally do my whole makeup routine in 5 minutes. I don't even need to be looking in the mirror. It's just like second nature to me now. And I love all these products for making that super easy for me. Okay, let's get into this. Oh, by the way, this makeup bag is from Glossier. It's great. It's got a compartment in the middle which divides it into sections, and if you want to, that pops out and it can just be one massive makeup bag, and it has served me well over the past 4 months. Okay, let's get into the video. Okay, so the primer that I kept in my makeup bag for the past like 3-4 months was the Glossier Future Dew, and actually I mixed that on a brush with my foundation. Love it. It's very tacky and very dewy. I think most people who just aren't that into makeup and just wear everyday makeup would find this a bit strange to use and maybe a bit too tacky, a bit too glowy. The one that I've switched into my makeup bag I think is a bit more user-friendly, a bit more for like the everyday person. This is the Giorgio Armani Luminous Silk Hydrating Primer, and this is very much like any other hydrating primer. It feels a little bit just like a thick moisturizer. It's very nice. You can see it kind of makes my skin feel glowy. You could mix this with your foundation, but it's the type that you could also just apply to your skin like this, whereas I find the Glossier one is maybe a bit too thick to apply straight onto the skin, and I prefer mixing that on my brush. So this is just a lovely primer. I doubt it's something I'll like rush to repurchase because there's nothing special about it. I think I will keep going back to the Glossier one because I find that this just makes foundations better when I mix a little bit with it. So that is the primer that I've been using. In terms of for my skin, I have really been loving this product, which is from Authored. You can see I've used absolutely loads. I love the whole ethos behind the brand. I love the packaging, although it's a little bit tricky to use because it comes in this aluminium tube and it just squeezes out this bit at the top, so it can get a little bit messy. I'm using shade 3 and this is a tinted moisturizer in case I didn't say. This is very sheer, can slightly be built up and just looks really nice on the skin. I find that once I put my concealer and my bronzer on, it's enough coverage for every day for me, and I've really been enjoying this. The product I replaced this with is the new Charlotte Tilbury Beautiful Skin Foundation. Everyone has been raving about this. I'm just not sure it's for me. I find that it's quite thick to apply, like it doesn't move freely over the face, and it does kind of settle in my dry patches, like around my nose. It just looks a little bit heavy by the end of the day. It's a medium coverage foundation, but unlike something like the It Cosmetics CC cream, it looks like a medium coverage on the skin. Do you know what I mean? I'm not sure it's for me, and I'm not sure which one to show you. I guess in keeping with this video, I'm going to be using the newer products, but I think out of the two, I would probably go back to using this one for every day. I just realized I didn't even bring any brushes upstairs with me. Okay, I have my brushes. So I'll apply the Charlotte Tilbury Beautiful Skin Foundation just to kind of show you. It's not really for me, I don't think. It's got a very easy pump applicator, which I like. And then I tend to kind of dot a little bit all over. And then, I don't know if you can see, but as I start blending, it just doesn't blend that easily compared to other similar foundations that I have. It looks really nice on the skin when I first apply it, like really nice amount of coverage. Take it down onto my neck a little bit just so it doesn't like stop suddenly. And that feels like that's as much as I can blend it in because otherwise it just feels like I'm really tugging at my skin. So that's what the foundation looks like. Looks really lovely, I think. I just find, like I said, towards the end of the day, around my nose and eyes, where it's a little bit more dry, it just doesn't settle that nicely. The next product is the NARS Soft Matte Creamy Concealer, and this one I am not replacing with anything because it is the best concealer. I love it so much. That is how much I've got left, and I'm desperate for a new one, so it's not really focusing. There you go. But the shade I have is Nougatine, which I have been to every NARS counter I could possibly find, and everyone said this shade doesn't exist, maybe it's from America. I was like, no, I have it. I mean, I did get sent this, but it must be a shade that exists. And eventually I found out that it's a shade that is exclusive to the NARS boutique shops. There's one in like Covent Garden, there's a few scattered around, but they're mainly central. I haven't had a chance to get to one yet. This is my perfect shade. I just want to get another one like this. I also find that a lot of the NARS counters, like Space NK, don't stock this concealer, and I don't understand why, but it's so great. I find that I react to a liquid concealer with a doe foot applicator. It makes me a bit like eczema-y, so I prefer a cream. This one is great. I just put my finger in it, and then the warmth of my finger I just press. So I just go under my eye. It does take a little bit more time. You get used to it. I swear I could do my whole makeup routine in the dark with my eyes shut and I would look the same. So I just press that under my eye, and it's not like super, it's not gonna get rid of like every inch of dark circle, but I prefer that kind of more natural look anyway. I take it a little bit around my nose, a little bit on my chin if I've got some redness. I just find that this concealer works for my whole face. It's so good. Sometimes I take a little bit more. Quite dark circles at the moment because I have a little baby who is still waking at night, of course. Just taking the excess from my finger on top of my lids, but not too much because otherwise it will crease. So that is where I leave it. Some people may powder at this point, but I'm not, you know, I'm not going to like an event, or I'm not doing anything fancy or important, so that is fine for me. You guys know I love the Fenty Beauty cream bronzer. I would highly, highly recommend this. Comes in some great shades. This, oh my god, sorry, that is just so gross. That is what it looks like. Almost finished it, and I will finish it up. The only strange thing about this bronzer, which I've said before, is it made my brush turn blue. And I think it's something to do with the metal here, which does kind of freak me out a bit. I'm like, what's in that? Why is it making my brush go blue? I don't know, but I did repurchase this. This is my second one, I think, and I really, really like it. But the one I wanted to try instead is from a brand called Saie, I think, S-A-I-E. I got this on Cult Beauty, and this is £20, this cream bronzer. So it's a good alternative to the Chanel, which I'm pretty sure is a lot more than that. I got the shade Light Bronze. This is their Sun Melt Natural Cream Bronzer, and I am so impressed with this bronzer. I really, really love it. I love the packaging, very simple. I just swirl my brush in that, and then I take it on the high points of my face. I just love a cream bronzer. I can't quit cream bronzer life because it just, to me, looks so much more natural. Looks like you've just got a slight sun-kissed tan, even though the rest of my body is not the same. And this one adds a really lovely glow. It's showing up lighter on the camera than it is in real life. So I might just build it up a little bit to show you guys. I just find that no matter what kind of foundation you're wearing underneath, a good cream bronzer can really like blur out your skin and just add lovely glow. I love a cream blusher, and the one that I've been using for months and months is from Nude Sticks. They do little sticks like this, and one end is a cream blusher and the other end is a little brush, which I never use because it's too packed and dense for me. I just don't think it works well. This is the shade Salty Siren. I think this was like a collection with Estee, possibly. Oh, I was about to use it. I'm not going to use this one today, but this is a lovely, kind of slightly pinky coral shade. Really, really love that. I feel like I'm never going to finish it. I've got loads left, and I've been using this for ages. But the one I replaced it with, I was really excited to try stuff from this brand. Tower 28, again from Cult Beauty. This is in the shade Magic Hour. Oh, I can never open it though. But I really, really love this blusher. I just take a little brush and I dab it in. It's very pigmented, you don't need much. And then I just gently tap it onto the apples of my cheeks, taking it a little bit higher. I just kind of really lightly, so I'm not moving the other makeup too much, just kind of pat it in. And sometimes if I need to, if you feel like it's not blending enough, you can take your foundation brush and just kind of tap it over. And that, I just think, is such a nice blusher shade. Oh, I really, really love it. Can you see how fast I'm doing this? And this is while talking through it with you guys. When I'm doing it on my own, I just like whiz through this. The brow pencil that I have been using, again, this is probably my like third or fourth one. It's from Benefit, and it's precisely my brow pencil. I like it because it's got a spoolie on one end and then a thin pencil on the other, and that's exactly what I want from a brow pencil. I've totally finished that one, and I've just grabbed what was in my drawer, which is the Fenty Beauty Brow MVP. Now, instead of a spoolie, this one has like a little toothbrush, which kind of does the same job. I feel like it's a bit gimmicky. It's a bit like, how can we do something that isn't a spoolie but works the same? Whereas like a spoolie just works fine, but that's fine. I do find this one actually gets a little bit dirtier than a spoolie. And then it's got a pencil on the other end. I would say that this pencil is a little bit too... I just had my brows threaded yesterday, so they don't need much. It's a little bit too dry for my liking. I feel like I have to press quite hard to get anything out of it. So I probably wouldn't repurchase this brow pencil. I'd either go back to the Benefit one or just find something else. There's another brand, I feel like Anna uses them all the time, that do good brow stuff. Is it Refi? Maybe I need to try something from them for brows. And then clear brow gel. I've totally finished this, but I went to get another one yesterday and they were sold out. I would definitely repurchase this. It's the Bare Minerals Strength and Length. You know how some brow gels have a tiny, tiny brush, some have a really big brush? This feels like somewhere in between, and it kind of curves that it's the perfect shape for brows. Keeps them in place, doesn't go crispy, you don't get weird white bits in your brows, and it's nice and small to store in your makeup bag. I swore by this liquid eyeshadow over the past few months because I would literally just dab a bit on my lid and then blend it out with my finger, and it was so, so easy. But I've really, really finished it now. It's from Giorgio Armani, and I never know the shade because it's rubbed out on the bottom, but I will find the shade. I have a feeling they've discontinued this one, but it's just a really nice, like, warm brown shade. The product that I've replaced that with is from Jones Road. Jones Road is a makeup brand that has been founded by Bobbi Brown. So she sold Bobbi Brown to Estee Lauder years and years and years ago, and then she herself left the company too, and she started something new. It's very much modelled on the Glossier type brand. Minimal, cool, trendy packaging, very natural, glowy, balmy products. And I'll try to talk about the products that I've ordered in another video if you guys are interested. I'm not blown away, I have to say. I was so excited to try the stuff. I paid £15 delivery from America. I was that excited. A lot of the products have been a little bit underwhelming. Sorry, not overwhelming. This is one of the eyeshadows. I think they're called the Best Eyeshadow, and this is in the shade Antique Rose, which is really nice. Maybe not an everyday eyeshadow because it is like a colour. I'd probably wear something that's a bit more browny for everyday, but it is really lovely. Let me show you what it looks like. It's just kind of a... I mean, it's pink. You wouldn't think maybe that you could wear pink eyeshadow, but it's a very, very wearable pink, and I think it's a really nice, warm, flattering colour, especially if you're brunette. So I just do like a really light dusting of that, and then I think I'm going to take a little bit under as well. I always just find it evens it out a little bit. That is really, really nice. And then I usually wear a brown liquid eyeliner just very close to the lash line. I just sometimes feel like it finishes off the look a little bit. I'm not sure I will today though, because I quite like this like natural, more natural look. The one that I have used for years and love is from Charlotte Tilbury, and I would definitely repurchase that. If you are wanting a bit more of like a natural look, I would really recommend using a brown liquid liner instead of black. It just looks more natural with your lashes. And the one I've been using recently is from Clinique. It's the Pretty Easy liquid liner, and actually I do think I prefer this one. They're very similar, but this one on this side is Clinique. Maybe the maybe the Charlotte Tilbury is a little bit longer, which means you have a little bit more control. The Charlotte Tilbury one has totally dried out now, so I'm not going to put that on today. I don't think I need it today. Mascara wise, I have absolutely been loving this one from Beauty Pie. It's the Uber Volume Boost. Let me show you what the brush looks like. That is the brush. That's the sort of mascara brush that I absolutely love, and it has served me well. I would definitely repurchase it, but I just wanted to try something new, so I got this one from Patrick Tar, which is a bit more fancy packaging, and I really, really like it. I mean, I know what sort of brush I like, so I went for a very similar style brush, and let me show you. I like a mascara that like works straight away. I don't want to be working for ages to make my lashes look good. And that's exactly what this does. It's quite a wet formula. If you sneeze straight away, you will get mascara everywhere. So maybe if you have oily lids, this one is not for you. But I find it gives like really nice volume and a bit of a curl and just like defines my lashes. I feel like I would normally do a better job than this, but my mirror is quite far away and I have the worst eyesight. But that's quite a nice like finish for a bit of a natural makeup look. For my lips, I don't really wear lipstick and stuff that often anymore, especially when I've got like little babies around that I want to just smooch all the time. But I did want to try this. This is from Rowan and it's their liquid lip balm. I remember absolutely loving the Clarins liquid lip balms back in the day, and I feel like this is a similar concept but less messy with the applicator. I did check the ingredients because I tend to react if my lips get really itchy and hot and swollen. It's usually because there's fragrance in it. My friend is allergic to fragrance and she always looks for lanolin and linalool in the ingredients list. So I've kind of just jumped on that bandwagon and it tends to work. So this didn't have that in it. When I first put it on my lips, I thought, oh my God, this is gonna ruin my lips because I could taste how like minty it is, but it's mint oil in it. So it's quite kind of natural, and actually my lips were fine with it. There's no like synthetic fragrances in here, so that's really good to know if you do get sensitive lips. But if you want something natural, a liquid lip balm is such a good one. Look, feels really light on the lips, doesn't feel like a heavy lipstick. The mintiness is weird. It does feel it feels a little bit tingly. And as someone who gets sore lips, that did make me panic, but it seems to be fine. And it's a really nice, like natural shade. It's showing a bit more orangey in the camera than it is in real life. And that is everything. So the products that I've been using for the past few months, which I've been really enjoying and have served their purpose, and the products that I'm switching into my makeup bag to just try something a bit new. The routine stays the same. The makeup look kind of stays the same, but I like trying new products, and I'm really impressed with the Authored Tinted Moisturiser, the Sigh Cream Bronzer, the Tower 28 Blusher, and the Patrick Tar Mascara. Those would be my standout products from this video. And I'm enjoying just being at the stage in my life where I know what I like and I know what suits me, and it's so easy. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next week for a new one. Bye.